아마 이 가디언즈의 시청자분들이 보시기에는
오늘 파티를 즐겁게 즐기기 위해서
한국은 저런 파티를 해 막 이러실 수 있는데 우리가 볼 때는 외국 사람들은 그냥 와인만 가지고 모르는 사람들하고 어울려. 우리는 그게 신기한 거예요. 와, 쟤들은 모르는 사람들끼리 막 어울려서 막 술 마셔.
In many countries around the world, dating seems to be in decline.
Dating right now is quite broken, to be honest.
I don't really quite know how to navigate late 20s guys. They've been a little evil.
Many young people are either dating less or finding it harder to have meaningful relationships. Whilst dating apps upend the ways we used to meet each other, rates of marriage and cohabitation are on the decline across the world. Some countries are even seeing a decline in sex itself. In the US, the only generation having less sex than young millennials were Americans born in the 1920s.
Good night.
It just seems like men and women hate each other.
I don't know if everyone's just really scared to date.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's all just everyone's just
trauma.
scared.
In this series, we're on a journey around the world to find out what's gone wrong with dating. In this episode, we're in South Korea, and I'm starting in Seoul, the capital city. I want to ask people here how their love lives are going.
My experience of dating is basically about 3 to 4 times. Not much after my graduation at college.
Do you enjoy dating these days, or is it hard?
Actually, I didn't have many chance to date because I had to study to achieve my goal. I think only I had once or twice experience in life. I'm 28 years old, yeah.
3 years ago, I had a girlfriend, but yes.
He's been trying hard.
Yes, I'm trying hard. I almost forgot how to date. Yeah.
I think I work like 80 to 100 hours a week. If you sacrifice your sleep, then you could find time to date, I guess.
대략 한 80일째 하루도 안 쉬고 일하고 있어요. 하루에 평균적으로 한 13시간에서 14시간 정도.
Why are you working that hard?
제가 책임감이 좀 어깨가 무거워서 그래서 제가 이루고자 하는 목표를 이루기 전까지는 저는 브레이크 없습니다. No break in my life.
It's money and getting settled into the job so that I feel that I can do my job without thinking or worrying about it so much. And then I can maybe try to date again. To be fair, it's basically all about the money, yeah.
The message is clear. Work comes first. But for South Korea's young people, this isn't just about career ambition. There's a bigger picture here, one that researchers are only beginning to fully understand. It's a pattern emerging globally, but in South Korea, it's reached a crisis point. The country now has the world's lowest birth rate, with the population projected to halve by the end of the century. We're in Incheon, which is a 2-hour drive west of Seoul.
Oh, it's one of those smart elevators that just automatically presses up.
And we're here to meet Professor Kim Jo-eun, who is an expert in gender relations, feminism, and anti-feminism. We want to get a sense of how changing gender expectations and roles are impacting dating culture in Korea. What is the Korean work culture?
Ideal worker is defined by those people who prioritize work over other responsibilities, including family, and then the one who go to work from 9 to 5. So you have to be present in the workplace and then show that you're dedicated to work. I found out that overworking people do not want to get married because they're just simply emotionally exhausted.
The numbers from Kim's study are stark. Nearly 60% of unmarried people are single, and more than half of those, they're not even looking for a relationship.
Love and relationship is going to be luxury goods. Those who have everything are going to have everything, and then those who don't have are going to fall away from dating and marriage.
And the gap gets wider.
Yeah, that's how I see.
It seems like this ironic bind. Marriage and dating requires resources and economic capital. And in order to get that, you need to work hard. But it's precisely this working hard that limits people from dating and getting married because they just don't have the time or the energy.
Yeah, that's one irony. But at the same time, the success is not guaranteed from working hard in Korean society anymore. So in the past, if the man was graduated from Seoul National University, which is a top university in Korea, he's okay. He's the number one husband material. But that's not the case anymore. Now the number one husband material is the man whose parents has asset. So it's not the individual merit or credential that is giving you this economic safety. It's more of your background that's hard to achieve as an individual.
Love sounds so hard.
Yeah, it is getting harder, I guess, in Korean society.
So we've talked to different people who find it hard to date because life just gets in the way. You don't have enough time or money, or you're working too hard. But I want to speak to people who think more critically about relationships in general, and that's why I've come to a Bihon fair, which literally means anti-marriage. This Bihon fair is part of the willfully unmarried movement, Korea's answer to traditional marriage fairs. A space to share resources on solo living, from finances to finding community. It's a radical stance in a country where marriage and children remain deeply intertwined. Only 2.5% of Korean babies are born outside of marriage, versus over 40% across the developed world. The Bihon Fair is a women-only event, which means Bruno, our male videographer, can't go in. And it's just gonna be me with my camera. Hi! I'm just trying to be very careful not to shoot people's faces because everyone's very wary of doxing, cyberbullying. I think partly because the stigma against feminism is quite high in South Korea. There are so many people here. There's all sorts of signs here saying that you shine when you're alone. It's okay to be alone. Or like signs asking like, what kind of friendships do you want? What kind of relationships do you want?
그냥 귀여운 여성으로서 비혼 페어 열린다 그래서 궁금해서 와보게 했어요. 나는 뭐 여기에서 더 잘 살고 싶다 했을 때 저는 그게 비혼이었어요.
뭔가 예전에는 혼자 산다고 하면 왜 혼자 사는지 뭔가 부족해서 혼자 사는 결정을 내린 건지라는 생각이랑 그런 선입견이 있었는데 요즘에는 그냥 혼자 살고 자기 자신이 경제적인 위치나 부담이 없으면은 그냥 이제는 혼자 사는 걸 선택했구나라는 인식으로 바뀌어가고 있는 것 같아요.
왜 그런 인식이 바뀌어가고 있는 것 같아요?
프로그램 중에 한국에는 나 혼자 산다라는 프로그램이 있는데 거기나 유튜브, 블로그, 그리고 많은 매체를 통해서 혼자 사는 사람들이 외로워하지 않고 자신의 1인 가구를 잘 만들어가는 과정이 많이 노출되었기 때문인 것 같아요.
Over a third of Korean households are now single occupancy. The show leans into that shift, using familiar faces to reframe living alone as a lifestyle choice rather than a consolation prize. The South Korean government is worried enough about people not coupling up that it started running its own dating events. We've come to one in Seongnam, south of Seoul, themed on the hit film K-pop Demon Hunters, to find out how they work. Why do people need to put makeup on for this event?
그 IT 기업들이 많아요. 그래서 신청하시는 분들도 IT 기업 분들이 많으신데 조금 이제 공대 느낌으로 이제 오시는 분들이 많으세요. 그래서 저희가 남성분들을 조금 예쁘게 보이게 하려고.
All the participants are divided by personality types based on the Myers-Briggs test results. MBTI is all the rage in South Korea, and so these 4 letters show what kind of a personality type you are.
What's his reading?
Introverted, observant, thinking, and judging.
Maybe that's why he's single.
No.
하이파이브. 네, 어색하지 않게. 네.
So this guy is a dating coach, and he's trying to teach people how to make a good first impression and break the ice.
처음 만나는 순간 첫 톤은 도레미파. 처음 만나는 순간 상대에게 보여주는 모습은 그 시간 이후에 나의 행동 패턴을 결정합니다. 처음 만나는 순간 안녕하세요, 서원님. 서원님 어디 사세요? 성남 사시는구나. 여러분 이 모드로 가면 오늘 끝까지 이 모드로 가는 거예요.
Is there a demand for dating coaches in South Korea?
한국은 내성적인 사람들이 많아요. 예, 그래서 뭔가 이렇게 자연스럽게 오가다가 와인 한 잔만 들고도 친구가 될 수 있는 그런 문화는 사실 아니에요. 예, 그러다 보니까 누군가에게 다가가고 하는 그런 것들이 좀 어려워진, 특히 요즘처럼 이제 코로나 이후에는 면대면 커뮤니케이션이 더 많이 약해졌어요. 예, 그러다 보니까 사람 만날 기회도 별로 없고, 그리고 만난다고 해도 어떻게 다가갈지를 모르고, 예, 그래서 연애 코치기에 대한 수요가 좀 높아졌어요, 많이.
If you watch Hollywood movies, there's like, wedding parties where people meet for the first time at weddings and they exchange phone numbers. In Korean weddings, that does not happen.
우리는 그게 안 돼요. 예, 그런 기회도 없고, 그러기도 쉽지 않고, 그러다 보니까 이 한국은 이런 문화가 발달을 하는 겁니다.
Today, participating here, how do you feel?
하고 재밌기도 하고 긴장되기도 하고 약간 불안한 것도 있고 안 됐으면 어떡하지 약간 그런 생각도 좀 드는 것 같아요.
아무래도 이제 직장 생활 하다 보면 그 생활 루틴이 좀 단순해지고 좀 이렇게 인위적으로라도 좀 새로운 사람들을 만나는 자리가.
Do you have anyone you want to go on a second date with?
네.
Good luck.
감사합니다.
Korea has one of the world's lowest birth rates, and the date night is very openly focused on producing more babies. So much so that Seongnam's mayor turns up to give an update on the event's success rate.
차후로 결혼식 하기로 총 13커플이 결혼식을 하게 됩니다. 그래서 그 중에 이제 아기를 낳은 이제 1호 커플은 이제 아기들을 낳았어요.
Do you think there's a crisis in dating and in people meeting each other in South Korea?
필수적인 어떤 거라고 보지 않고 절반 가까이는 자기 생활이 바쁘니까 자녀를 낳는 것이 결혼이라는 것을 통해서 가정을 만들고, 그래서 유럽같이 결혼식을 안 올리고 그리고 같이 남녀가 살면서 자녀를 낳는 그런 어떤 문화가 우리가 아니기 때문에 우리는 결혼이 저출생 극복의 필수적 과정이라고 생각을 해서 이러한 결혼을 좀 더 용이하게 할 수 있는 이런 만남의 장을 우리 시가 만든 것입니다.
When I first thought of the idea of a government-run dating event, I thought this is not my idea of an ideal first date. But these programs are really competitive, and there's a nostalgia for the safety of institutions. My parents' generation in the 70s and 80s, it was very popular to go on group honeymoons. So my mom and dad were part of a whole bus full of newlyweds who went to Jeju Island for a honeymoon. You might laugh at this, but I get it in a way. It's not my thing, but there's comfort and safety in following a path that's laid out for you. I wouldn't go on a first date like this, but I can see why a lot of South Koreans are drawn to this.
From New York to Manchester to Seoul, young people everywhere are stepping back from dating. But while the geography changes, the patterns are strikingly similar. Economic pressure, longer working hours, the rise of an individualized culture amplified by social media.
If you want people to buy into you, you must buy into you.
Different countries, same forces, reshaping how an entire generation thinks about love and relationships. The question isn't whether young people want connection. It's whether the world we've built still leaves room for it.